After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 480. Today is Monday, November 22nd, 2021, as we are recording. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you're new, we're glad you found us. We hope you see something you like and that you'll return. If you are returning, we're always glad to have you back, and we hope you continue to come back.
Indeed.
We pray. Yes,
we do that too.
We do that a lot. If you are new and or returning and you are in the shadows,
we pray that you'll stay.
Please consider joining us officially on the channel here by pressing the little subscribe button. It's a little button, a red button on your right, and hitting the little bell very gently so that you can get notifications. And maybe joining the PHN home group so you can take part in all the different alongs and all the fun stuff that happens there. It's free. All you have to do is say you want in, and we'll let you in, so we know that you're not a bot.
Want in, huh?
Want in. Want to be let out of the into the out of the in. Anyway, that was a reference.
Because you mock me with the grammar. Want in.
Yes. Anyway, if you want to get in, just let us know. We'll let you in as soon as we're sure you're not a bot. And that is at phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That's phnpodcast.freeforums.net. There's the links for all these things are in the description box below the video. Okay.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you get all the flavors.
Yes, you do. It's your turn.
Yeah, sorry. So I'm just quickly writing down what I've tasted: vanilla, the orange, and I feel like the cinnamon. I don't know about the black licorice.
I wonder if that's what I smelled that I couldn't.
Oh, that you couldn't identify?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what black licorice should smell like.
We're having the same tea.
Yes. So, this is what my head looks like mug.
And I've got my chronically crochet owl.
I haven't been able to use mine the past week because I've had a lot of congestion with my cold, and I didn't feel like having my normal nightly maple latte. I might be able to have it tonight because I'm a lot less congested today. You know what I was trying to say. Okay. So, this is an excellent tea.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't steep for 190. We steeped for 200.
It's a tea spot tea.
Yes.
What happened was, I think I showed this a few podcasts back.
Last podcast.
I ordered my crazy candy canes, I think it was, and this one came up as well. And I gave one to Ty. I probably should have kept it. That's okay. I can always get another one. This is really good. It's naughty and nice spice. Organic breakfast. Oh, this is a breakfast tea.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Which might mean it'll perk us up a little bit. So
Yeah.
It's got in it organic black tea, organic licorice, organic cinnamon, organic nutmeg, natural vanilla flavor, organic orange peel.
Let's just assume that everything in here is organic.
Yeah.
That was actually a reference of sorts.
Yes. Let's assume here everyone here hates me.
Yes.
Could you show your package? Because I threw mine on the floor out of the way.
You threw my garbage on my floor?
No, it's next to my bag.
Okay.
This is honey stinger. It doesn't have any dairy ingredients in it. I think maybe the equipment possibly uses dairy, which is why they say may have dairy in it, but they don't have it listed. Mm-hmm. So I figured it was fine. It's the actual product is dairy free, even if the equipment isn't.
Gluten free, dairy free,
and it's gluten free. This is the only gluten free one that Honey Stinger carries. Thankfully, it's salted caramel, and our grocery store carries it. So we don't have to deal with Amazon's pulling the pricing up. Also, our favorite provider, Sweet Amsterdam, they've had some issues with supply So they're not very consistent, unfortunately, lately.
Boy, when you get into this, the caramel really comes out. It is excellent.
The Stroop?
Yes.
Well, I have
no caramel flavor in our tea. That's a really good tea.
It is.
Okay, so go on.
That's it for me.
All right, well, we talked to you at the same time. We basically went together.
Yeah, but you have the business stuff then.
Oh, all right.
I'm just checking my shopper who's in progress.
I forgot all about this stuff.
I figured as much. I'm here like, I'm done. You should be going on.
Okay. This was the stash enhancement, but since it's at the top of this thing for the front part, we are still accepting donations to Front Royal Pregnancy Center. And Evan's Home is a little more difficult for me to get to, but if you send something for Evan's Home, we'll make a priority of it and get it out there. Make a trip out to Winchester to do that. But the Front Royal Pregnancy Center, we had a box come in from one of our longtime viewers who's been out of the country for 2 years, and she had this. So this, thank you, Johnny. We got
Thank you so much.
We got it this morning. So she said.
And I know I owe you an Instagram message, and I will send you one.
She sent a nice little note, and then she sent us all these lovely baby hats. And they've been sitting waiting for 2 years. So we are just definitely.
Well, I'm
these.
sure they're coming at the perfect time for some people.
I think they're in the absolute perfect time for people because, it's always the perfect time for hats. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason that she forgot them or got too busy and couldn't send them out. There's a reason they came now. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much, Johnny. We appreciate this. And we're glad to have you back with us. Please feel free to join us in the group because I don't know if you are aware because you've been gone for 2 years and we've only been in the group a little, I guess we're going on 2 years.
We're going on 2 years,
so,
yeah.
Johnny, if you don't know how to get in the group and you want to, contact Talia on Instagram or you can contact me over at my shop or whatever.
It's more than that. I think I started the group right before I started Northwestern, didn't I?
No.
Okay.
You started it...
Because I thought I didn't have it prior.
I think you started it when you were...
Was I during surgical time?
I don't know if it was between you getting to Northwestern or after you were not working at Northwestern for a while because you were waiting for surgery.
Right. It was one of those work breaks I had.
Yeah.
So it's either quite a bit over 2 years, like 4 years, or it's like...
No, we haven't been there 4 years.
Okay, so then it's not...
But anyway, Johnny, if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you there. And just contact us either... PHN on Facebook, one of our shops, or at our Instagram. You know how to contact Taya on Instagram. So, okay, but thank you very much. I know those babies are going to be extremely happy to have those, and the parents will be really pleased. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, the alongs that we're doing. This one is an all year long along, and I'm going to be basically going word for word almost for the rules for this one, and then just kind of change them as they need to be changed for the other alongs that we're doing. This is the PHN Christmas All Year Long Cal Lal 2021, and it started January 1st of this year, and it goes all the way through December 31st, 2021, midnight Eastern Standard Time. So if it's 2022 January 1st, you're too late unless the thread happens to still be opened. And we do say for those of you who are all on different time zones, but the majority of our moderators are on this time zone, including us. So we are shooting for closing it down midnight Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you get everything in before that time that you really want to get in.
And apologies for not being as active. I was sick most of this past week, so I didn't want to be on doing anything. So
okay, let me think, what was I saying? Midnight Eastern Standard Time. If it's still open for whatever reason and it's like, January 1st and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, it's still open, feel free to put the stuff in, but don't count on it.
Yeah.
Okay? Because we want you to have all the chances that you get. We don't want you to miss something or multiple postings or whatever because you waited to the last minute. I want to make sure you all have the opportunity to win as many prizes as possible.
Right.
Okay. Projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips are allowed in this along, but must be worked on during the along. It just can't be sitting there on your shelf, okay, or in your bag or whatever. 1 WIP per project per week can be posted, and so if you do 3 different WIPs, you have 3 different pictures, okay? But only one of said project, okay? If you have you can't do like more than one of the same project as a WIP. But if you finish it
In that week,
you can post it. So WIPs, you can only do 1 per week. The finished object can be done whenever, even if you've done a WIP project, picture, okay? And I know it sounds kind of garbled, so you can look on the threads to see what I'm talking about. Any FOs in Franciscan Gypsies designs, patterns, my yarn or my one pattern, which is Lady Furnicle Creations, or Lollipop Girl yarns or Laura Concert Design patterns, is eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object only, as is anything that is going to Operation Christmas Child or toward Christmas donations like the Pregnancy Center.
Is Chronically Crochet for this one too, or just for the toy along?
Just for the toy along.
Okay, just want to make sure.
And then, see, and projects that are made predominantly of the Christmas colors that we've arbitrarily decided, which are shades of red, blue, green, silver, gold, purple, and pink, along with white and cream, will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the FO only. If you put together a featured yarn and a featured pattern and you finish it, then you have 3 chances at a prize, but you have to make sure that you are responsible for all the multiple postings. We just don't have the wherewithal to do that, and neither do our moderators. So we appreciate that. You guys have been great about that, so we appreciate that. We do have prizes. We've already given out 3 quarters worth of prizes. The 4th quarter, we have 2 prizes set, and then there's also going to be a yearly prize for this that I decided, okay, we're going to have a yearly prize for this. Okay. The next one that we're doing is the Out with the Old Cal Lao 2021, and this one was a brainchild of Wombat of Doom, who is Patty. And because she said it just as the new year was starting, we went ahead and did last year's at the beginning of this year. So we're doing this twice this year, but it only is going to be from now on at the end of the year. This is the Out with the Old Cal Lao 2021, and this is for when you finish all the things. No new starts. Everything has to be started September 30th or earlier, okay? If it started after October 1st or later, it can't be in here, unless it's October 1st, of 2020 or something, okay? So these are things that you want to get finished. You don't want to frog them. You want to get them off the needles or off the hook or off the loom so you can do other things. That's what this is all about. All the same rules apply, except that there are no featured patterns or colors in terms of, there's no featured colors. Featured patterns and featured yarns are also the same, but they don't, and the multiple postings are the same for that as well. This runs October 1st through December 31st, 2021. And let's see. Yeah, everything else is basically the same. So if you have any questions, you can just look in the threads. The hashtag is hashtag PHN Out with the Old 2021. Prizes we will see when you will see.
Yep.
Okay. Now the toy along. I need a little drink here. I think it's better if one sits. Okay. The Toy Along 2021 also runs October 1st through December 31st of this year, midnight Eastern Standard Time, okay? And these are exactly as it says. It's toys. Knitted, crocheted, or loom knit. We have featured toy patterns. We have featured yarns. The featured yarns remain the same as always. My yarn and Laura Concert's yarn, okay? So Lady Furnicle Creations and Lollipop Girl yarns. The toys, anything in Talia's toy patterns, Laura Concert's toy patterns, Bakery Bears, who's KF Jones. She has several toys. Chronically Crochetings, Mr. Purrs a lot, and I forget what her unicorn's called. Whatever toys she may have.
May has, huh?
May has, yes, have. Laura Concert has 1 or 2 toys out, so that's a featured pattern as well. I think that's, Joanna Johnson's toys and Mom Cook's loom knit toys, okay? So those are all featured patterns, and if there are 2 chances at a prize for the finished object only, and if you use my yarn or Laura's yarn with that featured pattern and you finish it, that's 3 chances at a prize. Just like always, you're responsible for the multiple postings. Let's see. And the hashtag for this is PHN Toy 2021, not 2020. And like it said, thank you, Pat, for letting me know about that so I could change it. 2021, okay? Let's see. Okay, that takes care of that. Yeah, it takes care of that.
Okay, so that means I do 2 in a row. Once.
Twice once.
Yeah, twice once. So, let me get my show notes open. I have 4 stitches to finish. I don't want them to fall off the needle.
You matched your shirt.
Yeah, I just realized that. Okay. I mean, this blue's a little bit darker.
Is this Maryland crab?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I managed to get a hole in Maryland crab, so I had to, who gets a hole right here?
You do.
I don't usually I get my holes here.
Me too.
So I had to go ahead and darn it.
Darn it?
Yep, darn it. It's a really an odd place to have it because the padding feels different.
Daddy can't find his handmade socks. He's so annoyed. I think they're in his drawer.
Oh, okay. Then I hope he'll be really excited. A, I hope he finds his other handmade socks. B, I'm hoping that means he'll
He wears
be really
them all the time.
excited.
He wears them all the time.
I'm hoping he'll be really excited about the new pair. Because then if he turns out he likes having them, each Christmas I can knit him a new pair of socks.
Right. He likes that, you know.
Because I'm not sure if he'd wear them if they get a hole in them.
Right.
Even if I darn them.
Right.
So, it'll always be a good Christmas gift. Also, I think he might be less hard on his socks than I am.
Maybe.
But I also wear them, like, literally all the time. It's the only pair of socks, kind of socks I wear.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, bring up my show notes now. 480. Okay, so the first one, let me move this and pull this one out. In my Knitter's Magic, nice and soft and pretty, pink and brown bag. I don't usually like pink, but I like the combination with the brown.
And also that pink, I mean...
It's not a...
it's not a Barbie
pink.
Yeah, it's not a like candy pink. Or
It makes me
anything.
think of it's like a rose.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do like a rose color.
I keep seeing the priests and we're not wearing pink vestments. We're wearing rose or salmon.
Theirs are definitely pink.
Some are.
Some of them. You're right. Some of them actually do have it more on the salmon end. Some have it more on the rose end.
Yeah, some of them do, but they're so funny.
But this is more of a rose because I don't care for salmon. But the rose and the brown has always been a combination I like in spite of not really being a pink girl.
Well, it takes some of the bright kind of candy kind of thing out of
It just goes really nice together. Okay, so this is, in this bag is Canary Song. That's the name of the project. The pattern is Comfort Yourself with Your Music. It's from Little Women Knits by Joanna Johnson. So, I don't remember how much progress I got in this before I had to stop working on it for a little bit, you know?
Don't know. Oops. I'm sorry. We would have to giggle because every time we say oops, we say it's a bunny. And my husband is trained. He every once in a while we'll say oops and say it's a bunny.
Yeah. I scared myself because I don't usually put 2 of these on here. I must have been not thinking I put 2 on here.
But you didn't hear it here.
No. Okay, so let me turn this sideways so you guys can see it properly.
You didn't have your tea.
I didn't actually say it.
I said oops.
Yeah, but I only have to do it when I say oops.
No, whenever you say oops, there's a bunny. You always nudge me when I don't do it.
No, you're right. Ooh, that's good. So,
That is good. I'm going to have to get another can.
That's what's excellent.
Yep.
It's excellent. So, I think I'm tasting some licorice now.
There's something in there. I can't quite
I think
place
it's
it.
licorice.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, I don't think I've made a lot of growth on it this week because
It's getting there, though.
I started not feeling well on Sunday.
Right. Oops, I don't need to do that.
And then it lasted a good portion of the week. It took most of the week for me to recover.
Kara, did you have time to make your tea before we started this time? She said she didn't have time. She forgot. Just pause us and go get your tea.
Yes. So, yes. I do look forward to when I have this.
I haven't had a chance to taste your tea yet. I forgot about it. I have to taste it.
Yes, I mean, I tasted the passion. Actually, I think I wrote notes on it.
I want to try the chai one that she gave me. I think it was a chai.
Passion Berry Jolt was the one I tried. I think I need to shake it up because I couldn't really taste the marigold and the cornflowers. I wonder if it
Well, I know that, like I said, that one person on Adagio said, make sure you shake it for her own blend. So I'm thinking that maybe we have to shake it because things get settled.
Well, there's passion fruit in this, and when it was hot, it was strongly passion fruit, the passion berry jolt. As it cooled, it actually became very nice. Because when I first drank it, I didn't care for it, but as it cooled, it was really nice, and the passion fruit kind of calmed down. So it went up a star rating for me. It was 3, it went up to 4. So I think it might be good iced.
Maybe.
Because I liked it so much better when it was cooled.
I wonder if it'd be good with milk.
I'm not sure if... I think the passion fruit would curdle it. People have talked about certain ingredients curdling the milk, and passion fruit's a kind of... Isn't it...
I don't think it's citric. I don't think it's acidic.
Okay, I don't know. I kind of feel like it might be, but...
I don't know.
I don't ever taste... you do passion... I kind of think of passion fruit like the mangoes and things like that.
Well, you put orange and cream and stuff like that, and it doesn't do any
I never
curdling.
put cream in...
You've had... What do you think orange with your chocolate is?
I guess... But you're not... It's already a completed product. Because you can put all sorts of fruit with it. It's not being, made hot and...
I put apricot with Daddy's chocolate bread, and that wasn't already together.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not. I can't explain why it's not, but it's not.
Well, if you can't explain it, it must not be so.
No, it's something about it being mixed into it.
I need my brat shirt.
And something about the heating of it as well.
I want my brat shirt.
You are. You need it.
I want my brat shirt. I do. I want my brat. It's my turn. You'd have to go one more time.
It is your turn.
No, you have to go one more time.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. So the next one is the one actually on my lap. So in my... get to pick the news story.
Oh, okay.
In my Silver Shed USA Kitties in the News bag, and you can look all over the bag until you see one that you want.
Let's see what this says.
Because we've seen all of them at some point or other, so now Mom gets to choose them.
Let's see. Do we do cat fight or we do eatery?
We've done all of these at some point.
Let's do this one.
Okay, so we don't have a picture for this one because someone cut the newspaper. So this is Fan Swarm Radio Kitty, probably supposed to say Radio Kitty Hall or something. Oh no, I think actually Radio Kitty is his name. So by Rocker Ragdoll. P. Kitty of the Twisted Whiskers found it nearly impossible to perform last night. The gig was scheduled to begin around chow time, but was delayed for 2 hours as fans blocked his blocked his cat door in the rear of the venue. The superstar's way was finally cleared by the city's finest, and the prowling began. The evening's highlights included P's renditions of the... And we aren't told what he had renditions of, because one of his crazy fans probably cut up the newspaper. So, we will never know.
It's a mystery. Use the little gray cells.
So, in that bag is my Lake of Shining Waters. It's the Ann sweater from Green Gables Knits by Joanna Johnson. And I'm using Andean Treasure in the colorway Sapphire Heather.
That's really pretty looking. It's a pretty color.
Not as much work on it this week as I wanted to, but there is more ribbing on here than I realized that so far.
Oh, right.
The ribbing will be about equal to what this is here.
That's a lot of ribbing.
It is a lot of ribbing. I
It kind of
do
gives
really
you
like a nice amount of ribbing on a sleeve.
It gives you like a feel of puff sleeves.
Oh, I bet that's why she did it. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
And those of you who know Anna Green Gables, she loves her puff sleeves.
I didn't even think of that. Although I had to admit, I was listening to a video online and people were talking about dyeing hair weird different colors, and someone mentioned green, or mentioned just unnatural colors. I'm like, it's not harmful, it's not something I would do, but, it's got, hair grows out,
right.
Dye washes out or grows out or whatever, it's fine, it's not harmful. But, I said I might have to, push down a giggle though if someone has green hair, because I think of Anne.
Right.
When she accidentally dyed her hair green, much to her own devastation. What did she say? She was, she couldn't ever show her face again. She misused or overused a word oddly.
Right. I remember that, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Because she bought it from some peddler who said,
who came to the door.
It'll give you raven hair. And so she believed him, and of course, and not so much.
It was similar to Devastated, but it was more dramatic than that.
Oh, Anne is nothing if not dramatic.
Yes. But she would look good in this color.
Yes, she would.
She would look good in the one you're going to have. I don't think she ever darkened to a true auburn. I can't remember because I didn't read the full
she got
books.
kind of auburn, but I think she was a red auburn, not the darker auburn.
Right, not the ones where you could almost think it's brown.
No, she never got that way.
Yeah. Yeah, because I forget who she said when she was in, I feel like in college, she said someone said that she looked like she was auburn. Of course, Josie Pye said that she looked as red as ever.
Yeah, Josie Pye. Name says
Although it's interesting, when they all did go for that testing, she stuck with that group as much as anyone else because, they were from a small town. They felt kind of out of place. Yeah.
I mean, you always have that one friend who's not quite...
Right. I mean, Josie was terrified that she killed Anne. But she might have killed Anne when Anne fell off the roof.
Yeah. Because Anne, if they told her to, she was a coward if she didn't walk on a telephone line.
She couldn't... She couldn't possibly live with herself if the humiliation. Mm-hmm. She would rather die trying,
which she almost did.
And nothing of not drama queen.
No.
Okay, but she was awesome because she was a very flawed character.
I loved Anne.
That's why I disliked so much the Anne with an E series because I felt like they did her disservice.
Yeah, I never saw it, so
I couldn't finish it.
I know. Now that's not the one with
No, you're thinking the older
Megan
one.
Fallows or whatever her name is.
This one came out just a couple years ago.
Okay.
The one that you're thinking of, like most people grew up thinking of Anne that way. That's the one where they're combined Diana Barry's mother and
Rachel Lynde.
How two entirely different characters.
How do you combine Rachel Lynde and Mrs. Barry? They're completely different. There's no way you can do that and have it make any sense. It's a character.
Well, they bank on people not actually reading the book. I mean, they did a similar thing in Lilies of the Field. Mm-hmm. I can't remember now which characters were combined, but I remember being kind of irritated when I first watched it that they combined those two characters.
I love that movie, though. I love Sidney Poitier anyway. And almost anything. I love Sidney Poitier.
Oh, yeah. My favorite is still To Sir with Love.
Oh, yeah. That was where I was introduced to him in high school. It was To Sir with Love. And I cry. Every time I cry when she sings the song in the high school dance. Mm-hmm. I just cry. And I get this chill when the kids come in and they're like, you're not going to make us, whatever they say. You're
going to have us next year.
Yeah, you're not going to do
you're
that
You're stuck with us or something like that.
He's ready to leave. And he's like, everything goes back in the desk because he got his engineering job or whatever it was.
Right, because he was actually an engineer.
Yeah, and he decided to stay, which I just love. I love that movie.
Well, that man was a born teacher then.
Yeah, I love that movie. Absolutely love that movie.
Okay, so, yes, that is it for me. And I just love the fact that now I'm going to think of this as puff sleeves.
I would just figure that if you have such a big ribbing, it's going to have to gather somewhat.
Right. No, you're right. I mean, it gathers farther down so people actually wear it instead of where it used to gather up here.
Well, I think puff sleeves, they're puffed regardless. It's just not the normal puff.
Oh, right. It's not the puff that Anne would have worn.
No, Anne's would be
not
like
the puff that he noticed that she didn't have.
And that Matthew, got for her.
Yes.
Went
to Rachel because he knew that Marilla wouldn't approve.
Right. And he was kind of tongue-tied because Matthew was so shy and sweet.
Well, she's the only person the female outside Marilla he could talk to. Well, Anne.
Well, Anne. But Anne's different.
Anne can talk to Wall.
And Anne would wrap him around her little finger. I mean, all she had to do was say she wanted it and she would get it. Mm-hmm. But he was one of my favorite characters because he was so sweet. And I like Marilla, too.
All those characters felt real.
Yes, they all did. Rachel. I love Rachel Lynde. She speaks her mind, but she doesn't do it. There's not a mean bone in Rachel Lynde's body. She's not mean. Whereas
I love where Marilla kind of inspired herself. You should have tweeted about her looks, Rachel.
Right. Well, I like Rachel Lynde. She normally she's blunt. Mm-hmm. But she isn't mean. Like, I think Diana's mother can be mean.
Well, she kind of puts herself...
Yeah. Okay, in my Ploverbird teacups on a purple
I
feel
think
bad.
that Diana's mother might have come from money.
Could
Because
be.
the aunt that came, I think that's from her side, and she's the one who's so rich. So I'm wondering if,
And she loves Anne.
yeah, I'm wondering if Diana's mother kind of married beneath her a little bit.
What is her name? They call her something.
Oh, I don't know.
Aunt Mary Maria?
Oh, I can't remember now. It's been too long.
No, Aunt Mary Maria is somebody else who was...
I can't remember. It's been too long.
Okay, in my Ploverbird pink and purple teacups bag, actually the white.
Calls her Ann girl.
Yeah. This is my shawl, my comfy cozy shawl from the scrap shawl pattern by Anastasia Patel.
Sorry.
And aspirating your drink again?
Yes.
Okay, so this is, it grew a little bit, but not a whole lot. I didn't have a lot of time to do projects between getting ready for Thanksgiving and life stuff. We had contractors in here fixing the bathroom. It's fixed, yay! The ceiling's fixed. Okay, we're just waiting now to sink the tank for the generator, and we should be done. I do have to call the Funkhauser to see why our heat's not going through the house. But anyway,
It definitely is not. It's cold in here.
so this is my shawl, and it's quite a good size already, but it's not big enough. Tape big enough. So I would keep working on it. And this has got Miss Babs and I think maybe Malabrigo. I don't know. It's one of those. It's a scrap shawl. So whatever I pulled off the shelf that I thought would go well together is
Right.
in this. And I know that I had my hook in here, but
It's right there.
oh, thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna put this back in, and that's all I have to say about.
Do you have a stitch marker on your stitch?
I think so. Yes, I do.
Okay, so now I go one-on-one for the rest of the time. So let me just finish
One on one.
these 2 stitches because I don't feel like dropping them. Okay. So next is in my Silver Shed USA bat signal bag.
Bat signal.
Oh, it could be bat signal or bat symbol. Either one works. So this is the Fundamental Men's Pullover by Jen Hagen. The project name is Puget Sound because that's the name of the yarn, so very creative. I have coming in from Knit Picks. This is the only place I could get it. The tags that say washing instructions.
Oh, good. Mhm.
Because I want to make sure it says it on this in particular.
When is that coming in?
I'm not sure it's already shipped.
Because I may need to borrow one and pay you for it because I'm giving Grandma that shawl.
Right, I don't know when it'll arrive.
Okay, well, yeah. If it gets here before Thanksgiving, let me know.
Yeah, because I got, I think I got a couple of them, so they have different kinds of
Oh,
instructions.
are they paper or are they?
They're sewed.
They're sewn. Oh, okay.
Amazon, you can get the paper ones.
Right.
But I wanted something that was sewn on the back of the sweater.
Yeah.
It'll also help them know which is inside out more easily. And which is back from the front. Because sometimes with guy sweaters, I think it can be a little challenging because they don't always have, like a lot of times women will have a V-neck
Or they'll have slightly dipped.
Right, but
Either.
guys don't always. So here is the back. I need to measure the front and see how. I keep saying that, but I don't think I'm there yet. No, I'm not there yet. I'm close, but no cigar. Okay. So, I do need to measure. That's about wrong end.
We did have a Zoom last Friday, right?
Yes, because we did it because this Friday is Friday after Thanksgiving and no one
Right.
would be there.
Right. I was trying to figure out, did we talk to people this Friday? Because it seems like we did.
We did.
Okay.
We did.
Yeah. We had a fairly full house.
Yes, we did.
It was nice.
So yeah, this got some work on it. It does need to be measured. Something sticking on my thing. There we go. But yeah.
That was really pretty tight. That's going to be at Daddy's eyes really nicely.
Yes. And like I said, I had to put the washing instructions on there because the yarn is a non-superwash. But thankfully with these kind of sweaters, guys never wear them. Or most guys don't seem to wear them up against the skin. They usually have a shirt underneath.
Daddy will at the very least wear a t-shirt under there.
Yeah.
Under
And I just heard him the other day saying that how cold he gets at work.
Yeah, the office is really cold. He actually had me get him something for Christmas that's I thought it was going to be too informal, but it looks nice. It's kind of like a flannel kind of thing for him to wear, and it's just frigid in there.
Yeah, I happen to overhear it from the room, like, okay, I probably need to step things up a little bit with this sweater. But
You said that?
No, to myself, I
okay.
said that.
Okay.
I mean, I know even if I don't get it done in time for this winter, he'll still probably appreciate it.
I'm sure he will. Okay, my next one is in my Knit for Brains Owl Teapot bag. And this was a gift from Laura Concert. Thank you, Laura. And in it is my Arwen's Hooded Cow project from the Thorns Hooded Cow pattern. I forget. Oh, I have it right here. It's by... Let me see. I thought I had it on
It's in
here.
the back page.
Oh, okay.
There she is. Summer Star.
Summer Star, by Summer Star. And so this is what it looks like. I'm doing version 2. It's a free pattern, and you can see that some of my stitches are a little loose. I'm not sure why. So,
Well, it'll block out. B, if you don't block it, it'll just sort of even itself out.
yeah, I hope it does.
And mine did that too. 'Cause this is the nature of having a DK, light worsted DK for something that's. Hang on, you split stitch.
Yeah.
A light worsted DK for something that is called for worsted.
Right, because I can see it right here where it's a little bit.
Oh, actually, you do have an issue there. You did something there. Oh, that's what you did. You did not complete a stitch.
Oh, okay.
See right here. Let's see, it's right. See right there?
Yeah, don't pull it out.
No, I'm not pulling it out. It's not going to come out. You knit into the stitch below. You didn't complete a stitch. You just knit into the.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So.
I'm creative. I
So
keep
that
finding ways.
it actually is loose because.
Okay.
Or
Well,
looks loose because you have an error there.
This is mine, so I'm not going to worry about it. Or it's Davina's, so
Well, Davina won't care. She won't even notice.
no. It's not, as long as it's not going to fall out.
No, it won't.
It's going to be scrunched up.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. No one will see.
normally I would fix it. Well, I'd have Talia fix it.
Let's be honest here.
I'm always honest. Okay. So yeah. So this is a Miss Babs. The colorway is blue slate, and I really like this pattern. And I wish I didn't have. I don't know why I did that. I must have just.
Well, you might have been watching TV, or just not quite paying attention.
Or I could have been at the doctor's office and been called in, like the dentist or something, just pulled. I think I did it in more than one place, Talia.
That is the place. No, that is the place, Mom. And it looks like more than one place because this is the stitch that should have been in there, so it's creating it's almost like a yarn over effect.
Okay, well. Okay, well, hopefully, as long as it isn't going to cause any kind of damage or
No,
whatever.
it's just gonna look a little funny. That's all.
Well, they're not going to see it. It's on the part that's inside their coat or whatever.
Right, or even if you don't wear a coat, that's still gonna scrunch together.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, so next for me is in my soft brown Knitter's Magic bag. I mostly worked on this on Sunday. Just needed to see if that was a replacement. Sorry, I need to check and make sure she didn't.
We have a personal shopper going in because my husband was using a new toy of ours. He was using a one of those slicer things that you use to like make potato chips and stuff like that. You know, you kind of it has a blade and you do this, and somehow he cut the top of his finger. Mm-hmm. And so we wanted to make sure we had enough Neosporin and enough of the gauze pad.
I mean, I have enough of the gauze. I have a full box of the gauze pads, but I picked up some more just because we needed Neosporin.
And some tape and everything. So that's coming in along with a couple other things so that she wouldn't have to pay shipping.
Yeah.
And so that's what...
I mean, I thought about getting the bean dip anyway, so I was glad to have the excuse.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the few dips I'm definitely able to have, and it's my favorite dip. Mm-hmm. So, but want to make sure that if other people have it, I have enough.
Yeah, especially with the fact that we're putting out dip and stuff we're putting out chips and dip this year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I that's what I gathered.
he wants to do candy. I'm like, no, we don't need candy. We have a lot of sweets. And if he does decide he wants candy, I can always make like chocolate covered raisins or something.
So here is the Quicksilver sweater. It's for Davina, for whenever I happen to finish it. This is the Hillcrest Coat by Amy Miller. So it's a bulky weight. So it's been really nice to work, and
It's so pretty.
I'm in the point
Soft.
where we're doing the pockets.
This is really soft. This is
And I actually have it
superwash?
upside down, yeah. This is superwash.
I was worried that the pattern wouldn't show up, but it shows up beautifully.
Yeah, it doesn't always show up when you do pictures
Mm-hmm.
because, annoying. But I am at the point where, as you can see, I've got stitches held for the, just trying to find where my other needle is because I freaked out for a second. Got stitches held for this pocket here for when I eventually will connect.
That's not the one with the strange construction for the pockets, is it?
I have two different ones with strange construction with the pocket. The one on my lap and this one.
Okay.
So you can see where I built here.
Right.
So hold on, they can't see.
Is that going to flip up?
No, what happens is this stays like this.
Uh-huh.
The rest of the sweater's going to grow around it, and then it's kind of an inset pocket.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. It's like those, like the slip pockets you can have in jeans and skirts.
Right. So
sometimes.
later on, I'll be doing the same thing on this
Okay.
side. But right now, I'm just building this all the way down, and then I'll pick up these stitches here and take care of that. And then after that, I'll be able to go to the sleeves.
Cool.
I can't
That's
remember
really
if there's
pretty.
any. I don't think there's any cables on the sleeves.
That's really pretty. She'll like that.
Yeah, and it has a zip. It'll have a zipper. So
Yeah, trying to get her to wear something
Mm-hmm.
apropos could be challenging, to say the least.
now your problem will be getting her to not wear this
Right,
one
right.
because she's been trying to get me to make her cabled sweater for a while. It's not as complex as the one she wants me to make. She always wants the most complex one.
Trying to get her to understand that it's not the season that determines what you wear, but the temperature has been a real issue.
Well,
Because
it's that, and it's also she wants to go with what's fashionable, not even with the season sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean that's just typical kid stuff. So
oh,
yeah,
wait, I have to. I passed my stitch mark, but I didn't put my
you didn't mark it down.
thing here. For some reason, I thought that I have like marked like by 10s or 12s or something. No, I don't have any more markers. That must have been my beginning of round. I really should make it a different kind, like a big stitch marker or one of
You
my...
don't have it different?
Well, no, I mean the fact that I didn't have a big one to put here.
Oh, okay.
So I just put a regular stitch marker. Let me get out of this. I'm sorry, guys. I have allergies, and it's just...
Did you take your Claritin?
I did. Let's see here. Put this in where it goes. Okay, so put this in here. Okay. Is it my turn again?
It is.
All right. I showed that already, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay. So, and you showed one?
Yeah, I
After that?
showed Davina's sweater.
Okay. In my Silver Shed USA Green Star Wars bag is my Mad Hatter Cowl project from the Cerebell pattern by Sarah Sweetheart. If I don't have a Cerebell, something's not quite right.
Right.
So this is... I made a little progress on it. Not a whole lot. And... Whoops. Oh dear. It's funny. Let me just first put this up and then I can get my drink. What was that? Davina's doing something or other.
Yeah, it's she probably just a little bit noisy with whatever she's doing in the bathroom.
She's doing the bathroom. She calls it the whole 9 yards. She does that at the beginning of the month normally, but because my parents are coming for Thanksgiving, she's doing it this week, and then she'll do a little touch up. So I'm doing the whole night. She's so proud of herself, and she should be. She's doing a good job for me down there. So this is the colorway. It's the Mad Hatter colorway, thus the original title of the project. And it's growing. Grandma said she's doing well with her scarves.
Oh, good.
So my mom started crocheting
Very recently.
in a mature period of her life. I think she was 70 when she started or something like that. And so she calls me. She's all excited because she's, learning.
Well,
to
she
do
also
things.
probably doesn't use YouTube that much. So
Oh no, she doesn't.
she really is learning completely on her own.
Although I was talking to her, she got mad at the plumber because the plumber didn't do something, whatever reason or whatever was charging her. She went on YouTube and she fixed it.
Good for her.
My 81-year-old mother got in there. She's 81 now. She fixed whatever that was. Yep. So my dad was real proud of her. So yeah, they get fed up with things sometimes. It's like, why, you tell us this, that, and the other thing, and then you fix it or don't fix it, and it has to be fixed again or whatever. So she went ahead and she fixed it. But anyway, here is the shawl. It's coming along. I guess the point was that she can learn very well, even if she is 81 years old.
Well, people, you can learn A1, but it's harder.
It's harder
because the brain's on its plastic.
She I don't know. That always bugs me. Plastic.
Well, it's plasticity.
I know that, but plastic to me is just solid. It's like, well, that's not right. Plastic, like the bottom of this phone thing or whatever. To me, when you want to say something like that, you say elastic, not plastic.
Plastic's the technical medical term.
I know that. It doesn't matter that it still bugs me. It doesn't seem right. But anyway, so this is moving along. I really like this.
I think I used to call it plastic. Like the plastic, the idea was it was malleable, and then I think as time's gone by, plastics become harder and something that you could use to make. They're talking about plastic when it's hot, maybe is when it's malleable. I don't know. But that's what they used to think of plastic as malleability. It can be formed into anything.
Because a lot of times they talk about like mind and something as elasticity, and that kind of stuff.
But you don't say that technically. They'll say a child's brain is plastic.
I've never, even in education, I've never said that.
That's the medical term, plasticity.
That may be medical, but you said just the technical term. In education, I don't think it is.
I can't speak for education because that's not my area.
Now it's been years and years. Pat can probably chime in and tell me, if they use plasticity for education. I don't remember using plasticity for education, but there we go. Psychology or whatever. It could be. I'm just not familiar with it. It just sounds weird to me. And now that I've waffled, you can go ahead and do your thing.
Okay. All right. So in my Velveteen Rabbit bag by Big Skein and a Little Wool is my All Is Cool socks. The pattern is the All Is Calm socks by KF Jones. This is a patron only pattern. I think she put it out at Christmas one year for the patrons. And I'm using the colorway rotary dial. I think this is Appalachian something or other.
Appalachian Knits Yarns? I think that's what it is, isn't it?
I doubt it'll be Appalachian Knits Yarns. That seems a bit.
I think it's Appalachian Knits.
Either Appalachian Knits or Appalachian Yarn. Yeah. Hang on. It's not even Appalachian. It's Allegheny. Fiber Arts.
Yeah.
So we were both completely wrong.
Well, you said Appalachian. So
I thought it was Appalachian. Yeah. So this colorway's rotary dial. And I did put it on a blocker to take pictures at one point. So the lace does show through a little bit more. You can't tell really on the screen because it scrunches. But that's sock one. It's been done for a while. I'm trying to pick up the pace on my socks a little bit because I developed a hole in that one, in the one I'm wearing, and I had to darn it. And I want to make sure that I don't have just darn socks available. Now, granted, the pair of socks I'm wearing is made from a DK weight yarn that doesn't have nylon in it, so it's not intended for socks.
I have to check and see if I still. One of my yarn bases, other than fingering sock, does have nylon. I think it's a DK, but it might be my sport. I'll have to check. So
this is the second sock. I'm just knitting across the leg, no more decreases until the toe. So, yeah. I hope to have these done soonish so then I can turn my attention to one of my other pairs of socks, finger weight socks. Trying to give this one the most attention because it's the one closest done.
Right. To being done? I know I taught you English.
Closest done.
That's not proper English.
And there we go.
People at Seton would shudder.
Well, it's funny how much you do pick up speech patterns in a workplace
Well, it's not even that. I had to pull that out of one of your patterns. I was proofing for you. You had, it wasn't close to done. It was, I forget what it was.
I do tend to use as few words as possible.
But you need to have proper sentence structure.
If you listen to her, you'd think that I have constant grammatical errors in my work, and I don't.
Well, I didn't say you did. I am focusing on what you had, which
The
is,
one.
Well, no, it's been more than one, obviously. Not necessarily in your patterns, but I really hate slang, and I really hate that kind of stuff.
It's not meant to be slang.
No, I know that, but it's just not proper English.
It's what it is it's regional.
It reflects badly on my teaching.
It's regional is what it is.
But you're not from that region.
Well, no, it wasn't just from school. I had it more from the exposure to people I worked with from Luray and some of the other, that's the way people I worked with spoke, people I took care of. That's the way they spoke.
Doesn't mean you have to speak that way.
It's not intentional.
Not the way you speak.
You can't help what you pick up. You become a bit of a chameleon. You do the same thing.
Don't speak like that.
You become a chameleon. You've picked up accents before.
Yes, but I don't speak up poor speech.
It's the equivalent of
Except
doing that.
When I say fixing to snow. We went to Texas and to the south, like to Arkansas and that kind of stuff. I picked up things like fixing to and I forget what else. I'd never heard.
But someone would say that is improper grammar, so you have just proven my point. That
fixing to is not improper grammar. It's just, or improper sentence structure. It's just not. You're actually leaving out words.
It's, again, regional.
Yeah, I understand that. It still bugs me because I taught you how to do it better than that. Okay. I showed this one. And you showed yours, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see here. Let me write this down before I forget. Arwen.
Because arguably you spend more time at work than you do at home. At least, especially when you work as a nurse.
Okay. In my... Let's see, which one are we looking at? Silver Shade USA Blue PHN Faces bag. And this is our original logo that my husband did. This bag is like, what, 5 years old? Or
oh, gosh, I can't remember.
This is...
Because I'm not sure what we did that for.
I think we either
This wasn't the 5-year anniversary. That was the chameleon.
This was the 100 member, I think.
Yeah, so that would have been earlier on.
So it's earlier. So this could be like 7 years old.
Because I'm pretty sure the chameleon was 5-year.
You're right, because it has a 5 on it.
Yeah.
When Anne developed that bag for us, Anne does all our specialty bags, or she is doing, but she's retiring. Woohoo. She did this bag for us, and my husband did the artwork, and Anne just does a stellar job with this kind of thing. So this is my By Special Request shawl project from this scrap shawl pattern by Anastasia Sattel. And I'm using various yarns. And there's Miss Babs in here, and there's, I think there's Miss Babs in here, and there's Madeline Tosh in here. I think that's basically, Ty gave me all this yarn, so I'm not sure what all's in here. I think
it's mostly Tosh.
Well, this is Zing. This is.
I was going to continue. It's mostly Tosh, Miss Babs, and then you have the one of Marigold Jen.
We only have one Miss Babs. I mean, Tosh. That's this one.
You only took one of the skeins?
No, I have 2 skeins of it, but we only have the one color.
Yeah.
Everything else is Miss Babs, except for this here, which is Marigold Jen.
Now, I know I gave you one other yarn in there.
I don't know if it's going to go in here.
But I don't know that it's going to make it in.
It might not make it in here.
Yeah.
This one is getting quite large as well. I think this one's actually larger than mine a little bit. So I'm almost to the point where I'm going to put... well, I am at the point with the gray. I have maybe another row or 2 before I put the blue in. And then I will go... to this one, I believe. This one here, I believe, is what I'm going to next. I think that's what I had in mind. Yeah, no, the blue and then this one, to kind of tie in this blue color here. It'll work. I don't know if you can see him. So yeah, I love this pattern. I absolutely love. If I need a shawl, for whatever reason, it works up fairly quickly. I could do this in one color, but I'd probably be bored.
Right.
Not because I don't like the shawl.
Part of the fun of it is the switching of the colors.
It's the switching of the colors. It's a meditative kind of knit. a crochet, and it's but the same thing that makes it meditative and easy to do when I'm focusing on other things is the same thing that if I were to do it one color would probably drive me insane.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to do what she meant it to be, which is a scrap shawl. That's what
Right.
she meant it to be. That's why it's so simple in terms of construction. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. I absolutely love it. I mean, I've made, 6 of them? This is kind of the 2 that are on the hooks. I think is 6.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Something like that. 5 or 6 of them. And if I want, if I feel the need, I'll make another one.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy this pattern. And again,
it's not like, either you or I won't wear them. I mean, I wear mine constantly.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm not wearing mine now is because it doesn't go with my shirt.
And mine that I made for myself,
excuse me,
my original one, I don't wear it very often because
the acrylic isn't very.
It doesn't lay as nicely, and
I'm sorry, guys.
It doesn't feel as nice as this kind of yarn. And I may eventually make another one
in similar
colors, and like maybe my colors, like maybe Blue Christmas or something.
Right.
Like you did Davina's stocking.
Right. I mean, you also have you have a full skein of zing there if you ever wanted to really match with the blue you have in the other one.
Well, the blue in the other one is not that same color, though.
Oh, is it not?
It was,
I mean, I know it's not zing. I know it's an acrylic, but it was close to that blue, I thought.
It might be. But I don't have any projects in my own yarn. I don't think.
It'd be good for you to get ones in your own yarn.
So I might do it in the blues as opposed to the greens. And then I might make one in reds, because arguably people at my church would probably be hard-pressed to say what my favorite color is. I've been wearing a lot of red. I just like jewel tones, and I tend to vacillate between red, green, and blue.
I look at my wardrobe, and even though I like red, I've got a large amount of... I have orange, but really, I have a good portion of yellow in my wardrobe. And it's not like that... I have some of the bright yellow, but I tend towards that kind of autumny yellow.
Mm-hmm. Mustard. Or
blue. And I have a lot of that.
I would have to look at my
You wouldn't
wardrobe.
guess by what I wear in the podcast. That tends to be my church shirts.
Yeah. But I have... jewel tones. My repeating colors. If you looked in my closet, I repeat greens, blues.
I wear a lot of green.
Me too. Greens, blues, teals, and silver. I'm gonna go for a second because I think that's Talia's.
It is. There shouldn't be a whole lot of bags to pull up, and none of it should need to be refrigerated because the bean dip's closed. So, yeah, we wanted to make sure that Mom had her lentil soup and her soup crackers. Those little, I think they call them clam crackers, where they're really nice. They're kind of hollow on the inside, and they're just these little round ones. I used to like them when I could still eat gluten. And you just put them in your soup, and they soak it up really nice. We usually like it with clam chowder. So Mom wanted to make sure she had some of those for her dinner today, because we're basically doing a kind of catch as catch can, due to, not wanting leftovers outside Thanksgiving.
What's that?
I waffled.
What would you say?
Talking about the clam cracker things and...
Right. I wanted to have oyster crackers.
Oh, they're called oyster crackers.
I want to have lentil soup, I think.
Yeah, I have lentil soup did come in.
It did come in, so...
Yeah, both of them.
So I might have that, or I might stick with a minestrone. I haven't decided. Because my husband said, we have plenty of stuff. We'll make hamburgers and we'll alternate. And we didn't have plenty of stuff. So he took in the remainder of the fish. And I said, Davina's going to have hot dogs and I'm going to have soup. Ty's going to have soup.
Did y'all eat all your hamburgers?
No, but I don't want to be eating hamburgers 5 days in a row. So
I'm going to be eating hamburgers for the next 3 days because I don't want mine to go bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the only one eating them.
Yeah, she can't eat ours because my husband uses non-gluten-free breadcrumbs.
So mine are pre-made steak burgers.
Yeah, and they don't have any breadcrumbs or anything in them. So there were only 4 of them, but because we didn't plan... It's hard to plan well when you have to have space in your refrigerator for the stuff you're making for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And we have 3 refrigerators, but...
Well, part of it is we have to... This Thanksgiving is worse than previously because there's not everyone's having the same food. I have to have my food that I can eat, which creates... there we go, which creates more food because we don't usually have enchiladas, and I made a double batch of the enchiladas, and we don't usually have my tomato soup,
Right.
and I made some of that. Those are both, the tomato soup's in my freezer, and the double batch of enchiladas is in my fridge. The enchiladas to make up for the fact that I can't have the pasta.
But to be fair, I'm not making the minestrone this year.
No, the enchiladas are the thing that's taking up a lot of space. And then I'll be making on Wednesday the gluten-free, dairy-free buttermilk biscuits.
Say it.
We don't. Why they constantly warn you that you have to do it just right, or they'll be flat, hard. And I think we said dry.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says it like 5,000 times in a one-page recipe.
So, but if you do it right, they turn out excellently.
And she's making a double batch so I can have some of those because
Yes.
I don't have to be completely gluten-free, but I try to be as gluten-free as I can.
Because it only has 12 in the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, we were going to want more than that.
Besides which, my father is going to want to try them. My mom's going to want to try them. And we'll talk more about that later. But
Right. We might have to encourage Javan to have the croissants, because otherwise she'll eat all my buttermilk biscuits, because she loves buttermilk biscuits.
Well, she won't have those. I mean, I can tell her I have others in the...
If she knows that she has the Pillsbury ones available, if she wants them later,
Yeah.
she might leave mine alone.
Right.
Which sounds horrible to say it that way, but I can't have the Pillsbury croissants that everyone gets to have.
Right.
So...
And did those come in? Because those are on the table then.
Oh, I forgot that those need to be refrigerated.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, they are on the table.
Well, they can wait until I finish my next... Cause
Project.
You did yours already?
Yes, I did.
Okay, let me just put this aside here.
I think. Let me see.
Because you were waffling. Did you show anything?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so why don't you show something and I'll go...
Oh, what did you last do?
This one.
Okay, so it is my turn. Yeah. I forgot it was my turn.
Let me go put the...
I got distracted.
I am going to put... I'm going to leave you guys again and put the stuff that needs to be in the refrigerator. I don't know.
I think it's only that, though, because I didn't pick up anything else that was in the refrigerator area. I forgot about the fact that... Because I haven't used Pillsbury in so long.
Right.
Okay, so... In my... excuse me. Knittings... sorry, Kickapoo bags. Teacups on the ugly green background. Ugly green yellow background. These are... Or in here is Fetching the Sun. The pattern is Carrad Rust Socks by Claire Ellen. And I am well out of the decreases. And I am in the foot. I'll decrease for the gussets. And I'm in the foot. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this is looking. It's just a nice pattern. And I look forward to doing her ones in fingering weight, because I know that this one will probably need at some point to be darned, just because it's not a fingering. It doesn't have any nylon in it. So I've already planned in my head that I'll have to darn this at some point. But I was feeling cold this morning, so I wanted to make sure I worked on it, because it made me feel better to work on warm socks. So yeah, let me just show the back to waffle a little bit more. So the heel has just a slight patterning on it. Some of hers have quite a bit of patterning on the heel. And you can see how the chart builds up in the front. And then here's the side. Back. And then here's how it builds up in the front. So... it's just quite nice. And I know it seems maybe a bit fancy for a pair of socks, but honestly, you're going to see more of these socks show up, because I really do enjoy the cables. And it's very rewarding to me to see such a complex thing come up. I know that hardly anyone will see them, because, who looks at people's socks? But it's more about the joy of working them. And I don't know what she's doing over there. I thought she was just putting some croissants in the fridge. I guess she decided to go to the moon or something on...
I can't find the bags.
I thought you brought them in.
I brought 3 bags in. I found one on the table, and I can't find the other ones because I saw the oyster crackers.
You said you brought 3 in, and you can't find the other.
I can't find the other 2.
Did Davina grab any for you?
I was going to check. She didn't grab anything.
I'm going to put this up. I'll be back, guys. We need to figure out where the other bags went.
All right, let me see if I can talk about mine. We're back.
So we found the bags that were lost. Davina put things away when we weren't looking.
She took initiative. We're very
Yep.
proud of
she
her.
did. She put
Everything where it belonged.
Yep.
But
if it had all been mine.
If it had all been yours.
And she and we couldn't find the crescent rolls.
That was have to go in the
because
refrigerator.
I'm gonna have to get a refund.
Yeah, they either left it in the car or at the store.
She marked it that she got it, so either she left it like when they bagged it,
right,
or and that's totally happened to all of us before, or it rolled out of one of the bags when it was in the car, which easy to happen.
Right, but we didn't see anything on the street. Well, I didn't look on the street, but
I feel like we would have seen it. It's bright blue. Yeah,
it would have.
And besides, if we have to run we shouldn't have to be able to search all our whole property.
Well, my point is that if it fell out of the car,
yes,
that we would have seen it. This is getting all tangled up. We would have seen it if we went out there, but it's okay. We don't need it. We're fine.
And I'm gonna get a refund, so it's not a problem. I use Instacart. Mm-hmm. Ever since I got sick, it's a lot easier than actually driving to Martin's.
Well, you can't drive anyway.
Well, even when I could drive, honestly, I should have stopped driving quite a bit before I did, because I had a couple times where I was so brain fogged I shouldn't have been driving.
Well, I was getting to the point where I was driving to work.
Yes, well, that was because of the consistent near pre-syncope.
It was just I didn't feel comfortable with you driving.
I should have stopped driving a long time before I did.
Yep. We were really blessed that we were able to sell her car just before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was like not even a week before.
Oh yeah, it was less than a week before we went into lockdown.
Yeah, everything closed down for COVID.
And so I sold my car just the right time.
Yep. All right, now I think I can get this untangled while we're waffling with all this
tea
stuff.
is so awesome. Yeah, this is very much of a waffly episode.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It's just we are
syrup with your waffles.
Syrup with your waffles. Oops. Oh, pish posh.
And balderdash.
Balderdash. I want this so I can close my bag. There. I think that'll do it. All right.
And it is your turn.
Yes, it is. I know. I just have to get this a little bit. See, what happened is the center pull. I don't like using.
I don't like using center pull.
But for some reason, this center pull came out.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
And so it gets tangled up and everything. Now I can.
That's the only argument I can find for using center pull, so it doesn't fall out of the center when your yarn starts. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I put my project in the bag and my hook in a pocket.
You'll forget about.
I'll forget where the hook is. That's okay.
And then we going crazy trying to find it.
Yes. That's the funny thing. I'm sitting here. I don't know if you could hear me, my undertone over there, because I knew there were 3 bags, and I went out and there was 1 bag.
When she came back from bringing 3 bags in.
Right, and because Davina is sweet and she did what she was supposed to do.
She loves helping.
She loves helping, but she didn't tell anybody because she saw the blue light and the yellow light.
And also she likes surprising people.
Yes.
She likes to take initiative.
If I go upstairs because I hear noise and she's vacuuming, Mom, you ruined the surprise. So I try not to do that, but I felt kind of like I was losing my mind. Okay, it's my turn, right?
It is indeed.
Okay, in my country rose blanket pattern is...
I'm going to have to make another cup of this tea.
Yeah, it's good. It's probably a good thing that I kept mine.
Kept your leaves, yeah. Well, I think the smell convinced you that you might like it.
Yeah, I was prepared not to like it. It had black tea
and licorice.
And licorice, which is usually a black licorice, I don't care for. I like the sweet stuff, the red one.
Red licorice is basically Twizzlers, right?
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
And I like that.
I could probably eat Twizzlers.
Yeah, I think that's on your safe list.
I like Twizzlers.
The other thing is the grape ones, but I don't like the grape ones as much as the red ones.
No, the red ones are the best.
Yes, they are.
They are very chewy.
Yes. The only kind I like the black licorice is in Good and Plenty. Good and Plenty is amazing.
Now, I do like the soft licorice. Have you ever had the really soft... I think it's the ones that you can peel. Not licorice,
the string licorice you're talking about. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And it's not usually licorice. It's the red one.
It's the red one. It's not usually black ones. It's usually red or purple.
Yes, I love the peel because they tend to be softer.
I can eat that.
And then I can just kind of roll the little street.
I like they're easier for me to eat,
and they're not as even without having jaw issues. It hurt. It's kind of like your jaw gets tired chewing the real.
Well, that's why I can't eat anymore. I love these, the Charleston chews. I absolutely adore. I can't eat them. I can't eat them because they're too chewy and they hurt my jaw.
I liked the vanilla and the strawberry ones.
I like the vanilla one. I never had the strawberry ones.
They were good.
Okay, anyway, that's neither here nor there.
But I like anything with strawberry, just about. Strawberry flavor,
Yeah.
just about.
This is my Jelly Roll blanket pattern from the... Oh, I'm sorry. It's the Country Roads blanket project from the Jelly Roll pattern by K.F. Jones. That's Bakery Bears. Bryony Bear. And I made some progress on this. If I can get myself untangled here.
Well, just do this.
No, you don't want to.
It's simpler that way.
But you don't want to.
And you can put it back on when you're done.
Anyway.
How do you manage to get a purple one? I don't think I've ever had a purple one.
Purple one what?
Of your thingy ballies.
That's blue.
Oh, I think with my glasses it was purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I was confused. Anyway, so this is coming along. I did a few rows on this because this goes quickly. It's just, the one stitch at this point, and I don't have to do anything but go back and forth as long as I want to. There's no set amount of rows or anything. You just knit until you don't want to knit this color anymore. This is another one of those scrappy projects, but I'm finding I like, because I have a lot of skeins of yarn that I picked up or was given and I didn't know what I was going to do with them. So I put them in here, and...
Well, you can see at some point if you want to do a fingering weight one, because then you could use ruse metal.
Right.
Because you're not sure what you're going to do it with, and it doesn't have a nylon.
I think a fingering weight one might
drive you crazy,
make me shoot myself or something. I have to see what size needles I would use. I would probably use the biggest one I can,
right,
without making it too flimsy. Because
the other option is to do something crochet that's a little more airy, like some of the cowls or
right.
That are meant more to be pretty than anything else.
The thing about that, why I don't want to put it in something like this, is it does have some silk in it. So I was thinking maybe a cowl.
Yeah, because if you do a crochet cowl around the neck, or even if you did choose to do a knit one, there are some pretty, really lightweight cowls that might look very nice just around your neck, and they don't have to be complex because the yarn will do the work.
Right, the yarn is gorgeous. The dyer who did it was very, very talented, and I was so tickled to what I wanted from Spicy Homemakers podcast for something, and I was really tickled because I love Rue from Hunger Games, and so that was her colorway. But anyway, I have a little further to go on this color, and I might just let me see how much I have left on this particular color. Oh no, I've got quite a bit on this one. I'll just go a little bit more on this, because I'm not doing any specific number of rows for each color. I'm just going until I don't want to go anymore.
Yeah, until you're tired of that color.
And then I go on to something else. And I have no idea what the next color is going to be. And this is all tangled up. I have to be careful with this because some of these yarns are kind of fuzzy.
Right.
And they tend to felt on themselves without felting. They just kind of stick to each other.
Right.
So, yeah, that's... I am enjoying this at this point. Like I said before, the proof will be in the pudding when I have to start picking up stitches to add. And if I find out that
Will it be in the Christmas pudding?
Yes, the Christmas pudding. When I find out, if I find out I do like it, then I might try again the mitered square, because it's pretty.
It is. I was sitting there wrapped in mine today, and I was like, I need to weave in these ends. I've got about half of them woven in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start weaving in these, but I want to see first if I can
pick up the
stitches, because otherwise, once they're woven in, it's hard to
tink
back.
But yeah, I regret not weaving in my miter square one as I went along. I'm going to seriously regret it for my ginormous one.
You haven't started that one yet?
Oh, it's been started.
I mean, weaving in.
I think what would happen is I wouldn't feel well and I want to work on it, and I didn't feel like weaving in the ends when I didn't feel well.
Yeah.
So I just keep putting new squares in.
Right. I get that.
Because for a while, people remember when that was like the only thing I wanted to work on.
Right.
Usually it happens during the winter.
Well, that's when you feel like working the bigger projects or the heavier projects.
Right.
Or
well,
whatever.
that's where a sweater that you're nicely along.
Nicely.
Nicely far along on works so well, because then it's like wearing a blanket while you're knitting it.
Right.
Not so much for the pieced ones.
Yeah, I don't have any more knitted sweaters on my needles. I took them all off.
I have a bunch of knitted sweaters on my needles and others waiting.
I have a crocheted one, at least one crocheted one on my needle, on my hook. But, and I think I have 2 of them. Do I have 2 of them? No, I think I have one of them. I don't know.
You have the gray one.
I have the gray one. I can't remember if I put anything else on. I saw a poncho I want to make.
Ponchos are nice. I really enjoy my poncho.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice because it's a bulky weight poncho.
Mm-hmm.
I'd made it out of Kim
Kim to Die For?
Kim to Die For. It was the black cherry colorway.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that color of hers.
Um,
I was thinking about maybe making another one of Lala shawls. I don't normally like I do have several of them, but I don't necessarily care for the real triangle.
my problem is they don't cover the arms enough. And so
You have to make them big.
that's why I gave you mine. It's like I really enjoyed making it, but I wasn't wearing it because the shape wasn't something that worked for me.
I like the shape of it when it's big, because my shawl that I made is bigger than yours. And so it covers me a little bit more. But
Well,
honestly,
also the way I tend to sit when I'm relaxing, I tend to like to have my shawl or whatever all the way down to my fingers.
and I'm still waiting for this.
Well, yeah, that is on the needles.
But the
sweaters have gotten precedence.
yeah, I'm not worried. She has a bunch of things, and she makes knitted things for me, and I make crochet things for her. So it's right now she's got more on the needles for me.
Well, I tend to have a fair amount of things on the needles for other people, usually because it's an excuse to make something.
Right.
So yeah, I had to go on a Domwood break for a little while because I was working so
Right.
many of them.
Well, yeah, you did like 2 or 3 in a row. Right?
And then I ripped out the one I was working on for me because I
Right.
was like, I'm not going to wear this.
Well,
I
it's
love
the
my
same-
orange
yeah.
one too much. My orange shawl too much. Mom made me. This will never get used.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't actually have a shawl this color.
Right.
Even the one that you're making me won't be exactly
No.
this color. So it's not like it's going to affect anything.
Right.
Whereas the other one really was the same color almost.
I enjoyed making that. I like the colors. I don't normally wear those colors.
I ended up putting the main color into a sweater that started. It's like an orangey browny color. No, it's actually a reddy orangey browny color. It's like got that combination of colors, and it's gonna be a plain sweater.
Well, I'm thinking about making something either in my salted caramel or in my pennies from heaven.
Pennies from Heaven, I'm making a sweater for you.
That's what you are making.
That's
one.
your owl one.
Yeah.
I just haven't worked on it in a while because I need to finish the sweater first.
And my salted caramel's got a little more yellow to it than the pennies from heaven.
I think your owl will start getting worked on when I finish my yellow one because then I'm replacing a lace one with a lace one.
Right.
Whereas this one will get replaced with the green one. And then I can choose one of my other ones when I finish Davina's and one of my other ones when I finish Dad's.
Are you, I think I did the jelly roll was the last thing we did.
Okay, so it's me.
Because apparently we're just going to
We're very waffly
meander.
today.
Waffle and meander.
What did I do with my phone? Oh, it's on my hip.
Okay.
Well, I started wearing the jeans more because I can put more attachments on myself. I've got my, besides my rosary, on my other hip, I have my multi-tool.
Right.
This is one of the few times I've gotten something from work
You're
that was
waffling.
awesome. This is a Coleman, and it has like all the best attachments, and I got it for free. I won it.
You are supposed to be doing
I
a
got it
project.
with points.
Project.
Yes, let me put my Coleman away. So, yes, I took the advice of my male coworker. I asked him if it was a good brand. He's like, "That's an excellent brand." So I picked it up.
And when you told Dad, he agreed.
Dad agreed so I was like, "Yes, I made a good choice." Because my other one that's kind of a knockoff of the original brand, Swiss Army knife.
Oh, I love Swiss Army. Yeah.
But mine was a knockoff, and it really wasn't as good. It was kind of flimsy. So this one is really an awesome one. It's heavy duty. Anywho, I like having it on my hip.
Whoops.
Because then I always have a tool on me. I've used the knife before to cut yarn if I don't have a pair of scissors.
Does it have a scissor attachment?
No, not this one. This one has all of them have that little foot, that one that for like bottles. And,
Right.
And it has like the screwdriver, the Phillips head. I think it might have a flat one too. The Phillips head is the one I've used the most because you know what, with our thing that holds our books open for the Liturgy of the Hours?
Yeah.
The one side keeps loosening for whatever reason, so I constantly have to tighten it. I need to take my screwdriver and look at my rollator, though.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to, I keep forgetting. Okay. So, next is... Actually, I'm just going to show you a bag first, and then you go on. So, I did work on one of my designs. I worked on it, actually, a little bit during the Patreon Zoom, and at another point.
That's the only design you have right now, right?
The only one I'm actually working on right now, yes. For a while, I was working on it simultaneously. Well, for a day, I was working on it simultaneously with the Palm Bunny. But Palm Bunny was finished in less than 24 hours.
Right.
So, for 24 hours, I was working these simultaneously.
For 24 hours, you were working on that.
Well, I actually worked on this a little bit that day, and then I switched over to Palm Bunny. Is Adoration calling you? Or
What?
Your phone keeps going bright and saying Adoration.
Oh, because I have my old Adoration hour.
Oh, okay. We need to fix your calendar.
It's a notification.
Okay, I want to make sure that you weren't being called. You just
it starts in 4 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
It must be the first time I've gotten since I had my new phone set up.
Okay. It just confused me. Okay, so now it's your turn.
Okay.
Because I can't show it.
All right, in my Emma Owl's bag that Emma gave me. Emma is amazing.
Yes, she is.
I absolutely adore this bag. And I am doing the Ice Baby blanket from the Sarah Bell Scarf pattern by Sarah Sweethearts, as if you didn't know. I've said enough. And the yarn was given to me by Chronically Crocheting, who is Crystal. I'd never used this yarn before, and she gave me 3 skeins of it. I'm on the first skein.
It's working up really pretty.
It works out really pretty. It's going to be a nice, heavy blanket. I'm hoping that I can finish it before I go to the pregnancy center with those hats we received and the other blanket I made.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is nice because it can be probably a boy, but it could be for a girl too. It's kind of a sweet color blanket.
I wonder if you typed up that pattern for Grandma, if she would be able to learn that. 'Cause it's a simple pattern.
I
think she'd be excited. She'd think it would be pretty. I think it would make her happy. Do you already have it typed up, or do you just have it memorized?
No, I have it typed up somewhere.
Because if you print it out in time, I could slip it in the package with a T.
Yeah.
And then she could be surprised. Here's a pattern.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'd like to give her some yarn to do it with. I mean, I don't know if I have anything big enough. Oh, I think I have another skein of the cake. That cake yarn. Yes, right there.
Okay, good. And then I think she'd enjoy that.
Yeah, yeah. And I could show her how to do it. I could start her off.
Yeah, I think because she already feels proud of what she's able to do, I think she'd be really excited.
Another stitch.
We might have to copy a page for how to do from the book that I gave to Vina about how to do a double crochet because she hasn't learned that stitch yet.
She does double crochet.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think she does double crochet.
I wasn't sure if you taught her double or single.
I think she does double crochet. I'd have to ask her.
But I think she'd enjoy that. I think she'd be really proud of how it looks, and I think it'd make her happy.
Well, it would also give her another option for her scarves.
Yes. Yes, it would. And I think that would be, like I said, I think it'd make her happy.
Just say chain, the 3.
Did you hold that up to the screen, or did you just say you were working on just...
I thought I held it up, but let me just finish the stitch and I'll hold it up again.
Okay. I know you held up the yarn.
Okay, so let me just put something so I don't lose my stitch.
Where'd your marker go?
Right here.
Okay.
Okay. So it is making progress, as you can see. It might be a preemie blanket. I have to see how much further this will get and then multiply it by 3 and I'll see how big it's going to be. But it'll be plenty. It's a beautiful, beautiful colorway. Thank you so much, Crystal, for giving this to me. So no, this isn't, what is this? Oh, I think this is from the other yarn I used. This is from the cake.
I might have to give you, I have a cake that I'm not sure what to do with, and it'd be nice for you to do something with, a baby blanket or something. It's, I picked it up for your shawl. It changes colors, and it's got sparkle, and it's orange, and I think it's orange, brown,
Do you think it would work? It would have to be it would have to be a scarf, probably, not a blanket.
It's huge, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it changes colors.
I'll have to look at it and see. Because sparkle in a blanket, I'm not sure if I want that for a baby.
Right.
Because, I mean, maybe it could be a stole.
It could be a stole.
For someone, wrap. I have to see how big it is.
Well, if you make it a stole for someone, it's coming back to me. But I'm not sure what I would use it for knit-wise. I haven't been able to think of something.
We have to show it to me. How much yardage is in it?
It's one of those cake ones. Like I got the same yarn that you used to design that shawl.
Which shawl are you talking
Your
about?
shawl. The only shawl you designed.
My shawl, okay. Yeah, that didn't take a lot of yardage.
Well, it's a full skein of that.
What weight is it?
It's a sport or DK.
Okay.
Yeah,
it would probably have to be a cowl.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you think
I'd have to take a look at it. Because you got to remember that crochet takes a lot more yarn than knitting.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I'm thinking, because I think everything knit, I forget how much crochet takes.
Well, especially when you're doing multiple stitches.
I guess you're right.
Because each stitch has like 3 parts. Well, 4 parts if you count the chain.
Right. I forgot because I don't do a lot of shells anymore.
And this is just really pretty. I really this pattern. If I don't know what to do with the yarn, it's usually going to end up in this.
Now the good thing about the fact that the other cake is because it's something you can pick up easily. It came from like Hobby Lobby or something.
Well, if I can pick it up easily, then I can do a stole for you.
Yeah, it came from like Hobby Lobby or something.
Yeah, if I look at it, I can do a stole easily with this. I
think you'd have fun with it because it changes colors.
Well, it's also colors I don't normally use.
Right, so it'd be different in case you get a little bit bored of like blues and greens and some of the other colors. You might feel an autumnal mood and you might enjoy it. Because it's just sitting in my stash.
Right.
Which is kind of unfortunate. So my last project. In my Silver Shed USA Christmas ornaments bag that what Brittany gave me for my Christmas ornaments design, but I haven't really been inspired to design a Christmas ornament right now. So in here is my Christmas socks. This is Christmassy. And the pattern is Finish Line by Laura Smoot.
Sorry, guys.
This was a gift. She gave me a ton of her sock patterns.
She gave me a lot of her shawl patterns. She was very generous.
Yes.
And very talented.
I do have a couple of shawl ones, but she gave me a lot of sock ones. And now I'm really grateful. I mean, I was grateful then, but I'm even more grateful now because
she's a sweetheart.
I'm actually knitting a lot of fingering weight socks because a lot of the fingering weight have the nylon in it. And I'm finally starting to use up some of my fingering weight yarn because I have a huge stash that I haven't used. Because when we first started, we just picked up everything. Regardless of the weight, because we didn't really understand how that worked. Okay, so you can tell by the annoying cable, this is a Knit Picks one. Every once in a while I'll dip into my Knit Picks because all my Chow Goo needles are taken up and all my...
oh, the annoying cable, she meant this.
Yes, because I will occasionally dip into Knit Picks if I have no other needles in the size I want, rather than, purchase new needles, because money. Okay, so... Growing slowly but surely.
I can do Kay's pattern myself to caramel.
Your salted caramel. Yeah. Yes. I was like, you're getting that's pennies from heaven you're getting. Yeah. Yes. But there you go. I think I have about 2 more inches before I wanted to do the heel flap because I wanted to go to 6 inches.
For the leg?
Yeah, this is 6 inches for the leg.
Is that like about
I think this
about here?
Look at where this one lands right now, and I'm about 2 inches away from that, so it's about where this sock is.
Yes, that's what I like. When I went to the store to pick up socks, all they had were between golf and that side, and I don't like it. I like a little bit. I don't want it above my calf necessarily, except for my dance hall light that kind of do their things. But I like it like these, and it's hard. I don't know why it's so difficult to find.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't like, even though I have a couple pairs of the shorter ones, I prefer it to be at least 6 inches because honestly, it's easier to fold too and put in my drawer. Kay had a certain way of folding it where it doesn't take as much room, but for my little ones, they don't cooperate as much. Right. So I like a little bit more leg to it.
So
my leg will get cold even if my feet aren't.
All right. So do you have anything else? FO?
That's it for me.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. All right, so we're done with the whips. We kind of have to get a move on because we have to eat lunch because we were interrupted in the middle. But let's see, nothing for FOs.
I have some beads and string.
Okay.
Um,
I have shop news, but
this is not really
no, I know.
shop, so it'll go.
I don't have whatever you called my thing where I just do my own stuff.
Yeah, I think we just call it in the dye pot.
Yeah.
For your personal. So I have one personal. It will be in the shop as well, but one personal and then two that are in the shop. And actually, the guy who wants the Our Lady, Our Doer of Knots, chaplet has gotten back to me, so he's definitely very interested. I'm going to be working with onyx beads for the first time once we finalize.
And I looked at my stations. I want different beads.
You want different beads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they look like they might be fragile.
Okay. I have in my cart, I have also, I'm looking at the different stones. I have tigers.
Oh, tiger eye. Oh, I love tiger eye.
So if you wanted to look at some of the stones, we can possibly do that. Mm-hmm. Tiger's eye was actually a pretty decent price, too.
My first ring that I bought for myself when I was a kid, I was in Yellowstone National Park. It was tiger eye.
Because I've been trying to think of an excuse to pick up tiger's eye because I can't just pick it up right now for myself because I don't have the funds. So anytime there's an excuse, I can be like, well, I could pick up tiger's eye for you.
I'm just not sure if that would work for stations.
Yeah, you have to decide.
It depends on how dark it is.
I'll have to show you. But this one is the Annunciation. The centerpiece came from Lourdes. I didn't realize it till after I purchased it. I was coming from France, and I wondered why it took so long to get here. So it's got the yellow cord with the gold beads, and these really nice. I'm not sure if it's how well it's showing up, but it's got a cross on there. Oh, sideways. That's why. There we go. So, because I picked those Our Father beads up initially for an order. This is a special order that has a St. Paul centerpiece and a Pauline crucifix. I can't pick up these crucifixes. Only members of the Pauline family can get this. Pauline religious family. But the customer wanted these Our Father beads. So I picked them up and I used them in my Annunciation rosary too. So this rosary won't be up in the shop. It's only available to put as a special order to Paulines. This one will be up in the shop.
I have one coming.
Yes, you do. Mm-hmm. And mine's made with agate beads. And then someone ordered a St. Joseph rosary.
Oh, that turned out nice. Brown with brown, that's pretty.
Yes. So this will be going off. Both of my orders will be going off tomorrow. And then hopefully today I'll be ordering the onyx beads after the guy does his purchase. I need to look and see. He wants a larger Our Lady of Knots centerpiece. So I need to see if I can find one because he said it several times. And I probably should look for one.
At least you can say yay or nay based on whether you found it or not.
Yes. So. And it doesn't hurt me too much to pick up more centerpieces. They aren't usually too expensive.
Right.
I'll check my favorite supplier first because she always gives me freebies. So I tend to go for the freebie person.
Wasn't my knocking on the door a freebie for you?
Yes, that's how I believe. I can't remember if that one's in the freebie or a different one that was a freebie. No, what happened was the one I used your surrender one for was a freebie, and that made me decide I liked the colorized ones. And then when I was looking through colorized options, that's how I saw knocking at the door.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite renditions of Jesus is Jesus knocking at the door without the the doorknobs. You have to let him in. Okay, so what else?
That's beads and string. So shop news. We both actually have a sale coming in. It's from November 25th to December 25th, 25% off.
25% off. That's for me. That's everything except the PHN Podiversary kits, whatever you want to call it.
For me, it's absolutely everything.
So
this tends to be a busier time of season for me because people tend to. Now, I'm saying this based off of one season, but Christmas last year was really busy for me.
Well, the majority of the first stuff with that one person.
True.
But still, it is a big. But you have like everyone has, you have special times of year for rosaries. You have the season for weddings and communions and confessions and whatever, and then you have Christmas.
Yeah.
And Easter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a couple seasonal Christmas type rosaries in there. But
in my shop, I have, and the people on the Patreon already saw this, I did touch up, the other yarn I touched up is downstairs.
Ooh, this, I'm not sure if I just had sugar at the bottom, if the spices just settled really nicely.
Both. The third colorway that I did is downstairs. These I'm putting in slowly to the shop what was in the Advent kits last year. So these are 2 of them, and these are both fingering sock weight yarns. This one's on my sparkle base.
I have this in a design. I really like this color.
This is called Midnight. It came upon a Midnight Clear, and this is on my sparkle base, my Stardust base. Yeah, you can see the sparkle. It's a really kind of a deep, dark, kind of a slate blue. And I can put it on a non-sparkle base. I think it looks better on a sparkle base because that's the stars.
Right.
But
it seems more sparkly than it used to be.
Yeah, so this, I think one of my the supplier I used for this particular yarn, I think they changed the base slightly, and it's a lot more sparkly. So this is It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. I have 2 of these. I can make it in other bases. I can make it without the sparkle. If you don't like the sparkle, it just won't be quite as Midnight Cleary. Okay, so this is, I have 2 of these. I have to reskein them so I can put them in the shop.
One of those nights it's completely dark.
Yes, it'll be, yeah. It came on a Midnight Clear that was actually cloudy. Okay, so that's this one. And then
and I guess it does. That is how it is that you'd never see if it's a completely dark night because the clouds. I never really thought it through.
This is To Grandmother's House We Go.
I think it's usually when I see it mentioned in a story or something, so I'm focused on the mood of the story.
See, so this is, and this is not on my sparkle base. It can be on the sparkle base,
just like any of them.
Stardust base. So this is To Grandmother's House We Go. The one that's downstairs is called Fixin' to Snow, and it's a speckled type of yarn, speckled, dappled, whatever you want to call it, kind of yarn, and it's downstairs, and hopefully you'll be able to see it next week. I was hoping to show you this week, but I wasn't happy with the distribution of the speckles and splotches and things, so I went ahead and touched it up yesterday, so it's hanging downstairs to dry. So those 3 colorways are all fingering sock. 2 of them are non-Stardust, and then the one is Stardust. I'm hoping to put this up. Well, it won't go up before Thanksgiving. It's just not probably going to happen. It'll probably be after Thanksgiving, but it will be during the sale most likely. And I've got a whole bunch of colorways that I want to put up. It's just getting through this kind of hectic part of the year where I have to, cook and clean for my parents coming who I haven't seen for any length of time for over 2 years. So that's for that. Keep your eyes open. I have, let's see, 1, 2, I have 3, no, besides the one downstairs, I have 2 other last year Advent kit colorways to put into the shop. And then I have things like Blue Christmas and What a Maroon and, all that kind of stuff, Silver Bells, all that kind of stuff is all going back into the shop for Christmas and winter, and as well as other colors. I mean, if you see something you want, let me know. If there's a colorway that I've had, let me know. If I'm still doing it, if it's not retired, I may be able to work with you for that. If it's not in a base that you want, let me know. I may be able to work with you for that as well. I have a fairly good stash of bare yarn right now. So, let me know what you want. If I don't have it, I can try to get it for you. Just be aware that with everything going on with transportation and all this other kind of stuff.
Part of it's just a supply issue.
That's what I was trying to think of. So just keep in mind it might take a little longer than normal. But if you order something during the sale and I can't get it during the sale, you will still have your sale price as long as you've already ordered it. Mm-hmm. Okay? Even if you can't, if you intended to buy it during the sale, in other words, you say, okay, Marlisha, I want you to dye up a bulky weight of Kim Pond Midnight Clear. Okay, I don't have that in my stash. I don't have any bulky weight in my stash. But if you want it, I can get it. If I don't get the yarn until after the sale, but you intended to buy it during the sale, then I will give you the sale price. Okay? Normally I don't do that because sometimes people are like, oh, I want this, and then they just want to take advantage of the sale, but they're not really intending to buy it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Or they change their mind or whatever.
They change their mind or whatever. So I want to make sure that if you say to me, I'm going to buy it, I want to buy it during the sale, I will make sure you have the sale price if it comes in after the sale.
Mm-hmm.
I will keep track of that. And if I don't, please tell me. I talked to you about it this time period, and I go back in my messages and I can find that.
Right.
Okay? Because
you can also mark messages as unread, so that
I do that. I do that.
You know it's there.
I know it's there, but I just want to make sure that the people who want to get it during the sale, they intended to order it, that they get it during the sale, because it's kind of annoying to order something and then have the price jack up on you. So I will work with you for that kind of thing. Keep your eye on the shop, and once things are back on a more even keel, we're not having construction, we're not having Ty in my room, we're not having whatever it is, I'm not sick, Ty is not sick, whatever it is, that we are more on an even keel, then I hope to be a little more, regular about my dyeing yarn and getting the pictures in, because I couldn't even take pictures because I get dizzy when I was getting down to, do anything. So, thankfully that seems to have passed. So
yeah, it looks like maybe it was exacerbated by her being sick.
Yeah. So and I am going to the doctor. My appointment's in December, so that's that. But okay, so that takes care of my shop stuff.
Okay, so that leads us next on to
Stash enhancements?
Yes, stash enhancements.
Okay, we showed part of the stash enhancements with the hats we received. And then we also got from Christina, this is a prize. Let me make sure I understand it correctly.
Sorry,
Christina is very generous with us, and we are very blessed to have her, and we are very grateful. This is for one person as a prize, so this may go to next year, or maybe one of the other prizes that I haven't pulled yet.
Right.
This is Debbie Bliss, Rialto DK. It looks like it's brown. I'm not familiar with Rialto. It's 100% merino wool.
Nice.
Wow. Made in Italy. And looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 skeins. 4 or 5 skeins in here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Dark. It almost looks like an aubergine. Let me take one of these out so we can see it better. The colorway is, oh,
it's brown, Mom.
Is it completely brown?
It's completely brown.
You got your.
No, I'm looking over them.
Okay.
And they just give a number for the name. So.
Okay, I'm not sure.
That's brown.
To me, it looks like it has a little bit of a purple tint to it, but
I don't see that.
It's definitely brown. Because my skirt is brown, so it is brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you see colors slightly differently because sometimes your colors are really odd that you see.
Maybe that's why I like dyeing yarn.
Maybe.
Okay, so that's the beautiful, wonderful gift for some lucky winner. Thank you, Christina. And
thank you so much.
She's always generous in many, many different ways, and she knows what I mean. So I know that I hope the flooding over where you're at is done. And that it's dried out, and everything's working out. Okay, so this goes back in here. And that's basically stash enhancement. I may have more tea coming in.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, it was tea, and it was a good offer, and yeah. Ty doesn't even know what it is, so. Okay. So
well, you're constantly picking up tea, it seems.
Well, I go through phases where I don't pick up any tea at all, and this tends to be the time of year when I pick up my tea.
Well, that's when the nice teas are.
Yeah, I like the autumn teas. I like the chais. I like.
Well, I know that. Like, I'm sitting here like, I have the Advocate, but I'm like, the December. I'm like, no, I don't need Community December and the Advocate. I can wait till January to get back on Community.
Right.
Because I really do like. Well, we tried a really excellent tea today.
Yeah, I was surprised I liked it because it was black tea.
If you are on Adagio, it's Moegami, Moegami, and it's a green tea with some black tea. It's got marigold flowers in there. It has orange.
It's very citrusy, is what I noticed.
It was awesome.
It was very good, and I don't normally.
I like green teas too.
I like green teas as long as they're not smoky, and I like some black teas. And that one, I wasn't going to try unless I tried hers. And now I'll put it on my wish list.
Now I might not have gone and looked for that one because it's in a fandom I don't
know the fandom.
I don't know the fandom.
I can't tell you how many times I write down, I don't know what this fandom is, but
I've come into contact with a lot of teas I like, and through community I've discovered that I have a high preference for green tea, which I didn't realize.
And I'm learning what my preferences are. I'm finding out that I'm getting a lot of Rubios. I tend to shy away from the black
I've noticed
teas.
I don't seem to like red Rubios very much.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Rubios that's in that just vanilla Rubios.
I like that Rubios that when it's a latte.
Yeah, in a latte. I like it in a latte, but I probably won't drink it by itself.
But yeah, I don't tend to. I have like 4 Rubios total, and I think I use them all in the latte except for the chocolate.
Is this 40 minutes after we stopped?
Yes.
Oh, we need to stop.
So let's go ahead and start wrapping up.
I'm sorry, guys.
I do have a little bit of stash enhancement for me.
Okay.
So you guys might have noticed the glasses are different. I have replaced my other migraine glasses. First of all, that brand.
Tony Stark is who you look like. He wears those.
Oh my gosh, it does look similar to Tony's. So I went from being Bucky to being Tony.
Oh no.
That is really odd. That's funny. Okay. So these are the brand Somnolites. My other brand, I broke 2 pairs in the course of a year. The bands just weren't very good, but almost immediately, I'm not sure if it's the medicine or the glasses. I have a feeling,
both.
or I have a feeling both are contributing. I have been waking up for quite a while with light sensitivity and just almost headache every single morning due to light sensitivity. Since I've had these, no pain, no light sensitivity in the morning. So these have been very helpful. This is the light. I got a dual set from Somnolite. This is the light sensitivity pair, so it's different than my migraine pair. So if I actually have the other one was actually migraine glasses, so I wear migraine glasses all the time. This is my migraine pair. The color is just slightly darker, and that way I'm not, in a darker mode if I don't need it. So I'm very happy. I have on my wish list to eventually get the bedside lamp, which also has a kind of orange night light setting, and it can work as a reading light, because I don't really like the ones you could attach to the book.
Yeah, I don't like this. They never work.
So I could then have an orange light when I'm reading if I would prefer. So I'm very happy with these. These really worked unexpectedly quite well. I'm very happy with this. And you can actually see my eyes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy awesome. The only thing is I'm getting some things to keep this from sliding. It'll keep a little foamy things.
Like kids wear around their ears.
Yeah. It'll just attach the end. It's not a problem. Just because they run a little big. But honestly, it works so well that getting a little foamy thing to keep them on is not a big deal. I've been the most comfortable that I've been in a very long time.
She's been out and about more, so that's nice.
Yeah, I felt this really has helped. So.
Okay, and I think we're going to skip the reading today because...
Well, all I read was Icarus Hunt, and I restarted the Quadrail.
Quadrail, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm not actually reading the physical form. I just wanted to show it.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that because we are running late. In fact, we're not going to go with into real life. We already did a lot of real life.
We did a lot of our talking.
And my reading has mostly been pretty heavily religious or Agatha Christie. So I do want to thank. I've been remiss in thanking the people who have commented on YouTube and on our PHN home. Thank you very much for your comments. So much. I forgot to put the names down because. Yeah, brain. So thank you for your comments. We do appreciate them. I'm a little behind responding to them. It's been a kind of challenging couple of weeks.
Well, you were sick the week before, and then we had contractors this week. So, this past week. And now Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so I beg your pardon for all this. Be patient with us for another week or so.
I know I'm really behind and look at people's pictures and stuff because I was just out all week.
I did do some commenting on some of the threads. Steph has an amazing shawl. I think it's Steph, using two of my happy colorways, Happy and You Know It, and Makes Me Happy, I think it is. She made a shawl, and I would never have put those two colors together. It didn't fit my brain. It looks beautiful. It looks like it's faded in. And I was very pleased to see it. I'm so excited about it. So Steph, you did a great job, and it made me happy to see. I had to have a section that's happy. Because
we have a happy section.
No. I mean in my shop. It makes me happy. Happy.
Okay. You mean like in your actual shop?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah. I mean, they're autism awareness colorways, but I have like three or four of them that have happy in them. Happy makes me happy.
You see, I'm never able to do something like that simply because I carry things other than my patterns. All your stuff is yarn, so you can make different sections for different themes.
Well, you could just say...
But then they're not in the main section. It makes it harder for people to find for I have so many different things in my shop. It just makes things more confusing.
Just put it in your...
Because you can't put things in two areas.
No, just put it in your tags.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we thank you for everything. We want to wish you guys a very blessed week and Thanksgiving. I don't know, I forget when what other countries celebrate. I think England celebrates it, but later on in the year or earlier in the year, I forget.
I think they're earlier in the year.
Everybody can give thanks, so we want to wish you all a very blessed Thanksgiving, whether you're celebrating this week or not.
I think Canada's already celebrated.
I think so. Whether you're celebrating it officially or not, we wish you a very blessed, happy Thanksgiving and a blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever it is that makes your heart happy. We hope to see you here next week for the Foot in the Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 480, and that's a wrap.
Bye.